Welcome to another Power BI tutorial. Today, we will create hierarchical data using DAX, and create reports using hierarchical data in Power BI. We have an Excel file with 4 columns: ID, account, parent, and amount. This is a simple chart of accounts, each account having its own unique ID. The parent column contains the ID of the parent account. For example, assets are subcategory of net assets, therefore the parent account of assets is the ID of net assets. This is a hierarchical structure with 5 levels. The first 4 levels are the categories, and the final one is the actual account. There is no fixed limit of levels, and you can have uneven levels as well. This is a simple example of an accounting chart of accounts. Today, we will use this hierarchical chart of accounts to create a report in Power BI. As usual, we will import the data using the Get Data feature. We will select the Excel workbook as data source and press Connect. We will then select the file we want to open. From the navigator window, we will select the Chart of Accounts sheet, and press Load, to load data into Power BI. Once the data is loaded, it will appear in the Data tab, with all the available fields. Let's go to the Data view, to create hierarchical data for our report, using DAX. There are many functions in DAX to work with hierarchical data. First, we will combine the ID and the account title, to create a full account column. This will keep the items in sequence, otherwise they will be sorted in alphabetic order. Next, we will create a new column, to create delimited paths, using the ID and the parent field in the path function. We must also know the length of the path. We can use the path length function to find out the length of the path. We can use the path item function to get any item from a hierarchical path. Let's get the first item from each path. However, we want the account title, not the path item, which is the account ID. To get the account title, we will use the lookup value function. With full account field being the result column, the ID field being the search column, and the path item being the search value. The path item returns value as string. If the search column contains integers, it results in an error. We must convert path item to an integer to handle the error. And that's it. Now it works fine. Using the same DAX formula, we will create the remaining 4 levels. We will just change the path item number in each formula. So, for level 2, we will just copy the existing formula, and change the item number to 2. And here is the result. Let's create the remaining 3 levels, in the same way. Finally, we have converted the parent-child IDs into hierarchical paths and levels, using DAX. Next, we will create 2 reports, using these levels in Power BI. Let's go to the report view, to create our reports. To create a report, we will add a matrix visual. We will add all the level fields, to the rows area of the matrix visual. And the amount field, to the values area. Let's change the format of amount column, to comma formatted numbers. You can use the individual expand buttons, or expand button at the bottom, to expand the levels. As you can see, there are a lot of blank items in the report. These are the parent categories. The items with no zeros in the amount column. To resolve this issue, we need to add a filter to our report. We will add a filter to display all items with amount other than 0. Don't use greater than 0. We don't want to hide items with negative values. Press Apply Filter button, to apply the filter to the report. We would also like to display totals, at the bottom of the group. In the Format Visual tab, there is a Row Subtotals option. Turn on the per row level, and set the position to bottom. Next, we will hide the group total for level 1. Finally, let's make this report look more like a balance sheet. We will collapse the unwanted groups and expand some groups we want to show in detail. As you can see, our balance sheet is already reconciled. We can also remove the subtotals for groups we don't need. Let's create a profit and loss account as well, by duplicating the balance sheet report. The profit and loss account is part of the balance sheet. To convert this report into profit and loss account report, we will only display the owner's equity in level 1. And current year's earnings in the level 2. We will then expand the report all the way, and there it is, the profit and loss account. As you can see, the total of the profit and loss account reconciles with the current year's earnings in the balance sheet. That is because the entire profit and loss account is the child level of the current year's result. If the profit and loss is maintained independently, we would need to manually post the current year's earnings in the balance sheet. Thanks for watching. We hope you liked our tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials and updates.